SDG 13 Climate Action by Remegio Cabalida Jr. SDG 13, the aim goal of climate action is to fight global warming and the effects brought about by the same. Climate action stresses on how important it is to take timely measures to fight climate change by implementing sustainability, decreasing emissions of debris, and improving the ability to withstand climate-related risks. As is clear, climate change is a global problem that cannot be solved by any individual or even by national governments. It requires work at all levels, from people to states, in order to manage all the varied aspects of the problem. Global warming is a serious problem that affects the entire planet. It happens because greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide from cars and factories trap heat in the atmosphere, making the earth warmer. This causes glaciers to melt, sea levels to rise, and leads to more storms, floods, and droughts. These changes are harmful to humans, animals, and plants. To help fix this, the United Nations has a plan called SDG 13, which focuses on climate action. This includes using clean energy like solar or wind instead of coal, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and making buildings and communities stronger against extreme weather. Governments, companies, and people must work together to solve this big problem by saving energy and making eco-friendly choices. Technology solution, climate monitoring and early warning systems, or AWS. Goal description: the serious consequences of climate change affect both nature and people. SDG 13 is dedicated to solve the problems of climate change by incorporating it in the national policies. It also insists on enhancing education and awareness and institutional and individual capacity on climate change mitigation and adaptation. Climate change is when weather and temperatures change over a long time, and it's mostly caused by human activities. It can lead to problems like melting ice, rising sea levels, and severe weather. The United Nations has a plan called the 2030 Agenda, which includes 17 goals, and one of them is SDG 13, focused on fighting climate change. Countries are encouraged to use clean energy, plant trees, and create laws to protect the environment. People also need to learn more about climate change and how people to help, like saving energy and recycling. Working together globally is essential to solve this problem. Technology solution, climate monitoring, and early warning systems, or AWS. Overview: the early warning systems, or AWS, makes use of technology to make certain information available in a timely and concise way to authorities and all concerned stakeholders in relation to climate-related disasters. Such systems acquire satellite images, weather data, and numerical models to predict weather calamities like excessive rainfall, droughts, and hurricanes. How it works: data collection. AWS gathers information from several sources such as satellites, weather stations, and buoys on the ocean. The data is then subjected to more advanced algorithms for processing and analysis in order to produce models. Real-time monitoring. The systems track the surroundings on a regular basis and inform the members about the new developments that might pose danger for them. For example, the Global Precipitation Measurement, or GPM mission, provides rainfall data in real time and can assist in predicting floods. Communication networks, or AWS, also sends out alerts in various ways such as mobile alerts, radio broadcasts, and social networking services to make sure timely warning and advices are provided to the communities. Community engagement. Numerous systems also incorporate local participation in which communities are taught how to interpret warnings and how to act in each situation, thereby strengthening resilience and preparedness. Early warning systems, or AWS, help protect people and the environment by giving alerts about extreme weather caused by climate change like storms and droughts. AWS use technology to collect weather data from satellite weather stations and ocean buoys, and then predict future events with tools like machine learning. These systems send out warnings through mobile alerts, radio, TV, and social media, so people can prepare and stay safe. However, not all countries have the same access to AWS, and some people may not trust the warnings. Overall, AWS are important for saving lives, reducing economic loss, and involving communities in disaster response. Impact on achieving SDG 13: mitigation of vulnerability. Though early warning systems share their limitations, they assess vulnerable populations, get ready for and react to weather events through timely warnings and information. This preparedness can help save lives, disruptions to livelihoods, and destruction of property. Improve decision making. Information-based approaches allow policymakers and agencies involved in disaster response to make sound decisions. Usage of resources in an effective manner and formulate measures to deal with climate change in the future. Empowerment of communities, implementation of monitoring and response process by the local population makes them resilient and indicates active response towards climate change and its effects. Prevention of climate change impact. Since extreme weather information and timely intervention rendered by EWS helps in reducing subsequent climate change effects on society. Early warning systems or EWS are used to warn people about natural disasters like floods or hurricanes before they happen. They work by collecting and analyzing information, spreading warnings, and involving the community to reduce the damage. EWS have 4 key parts. Risk knowledge, knowing what dangers might affect different communities. Monitoring and warning, watching the environment for signs of hazard. Communication, sharing warnings through radios, phones, and other ways. Response capability, helping people take action based on the warnings. EWS are important for protecting people from climate-related disasters, especially in poor or vulnerable areas. They help communities prepare, save lives, and reduce damage. For example, in Bangladesh, EWS has reduced deaths from cyclones. Additionally, EWS can be helpful for slow changes like droughts, helping farmers and governments plan better. EWS also play a role in long-term planning for climate change, providing data that helps governments make better decisions and use resources wisely. However, challenges like lack of technology and funding can limit the use of EWS, especially in poorer countries. Despite these issues, EWS are a key tool in helping communities and governments adapt to climate change.